All right, welcome, ladies and gents. Blade Runner 2099, something which I'm very much looking forward to. I do like the original, obviously. I've seen things that you could only dream of. Anyways, Blade Runner 2099. I like Blade Runner 2049, and I'm looking forward to Blade Runner 2099. It has been a long time in development. It was announced fairly long while ago now, but I think it probably got in the way, or the strikes got in the way of it. Now we're getting a release date and it's looking really solid. It's got some good actors involved in it, but we've got our rough release window next year, 2026. So I'm very excited for this. Hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. Turn those bell notifications on. Let's take a look at this. This is just an article over on Deadline. They have a pretty good article on this, so I thought we would take a look. And as they say here, the wait is almost over. Blade Runner 2099, which is Prime Video's limited series, a follow-up to the 2017 movie sequel, Blade Runner 2049, will premiere on the platform in 2026. And this is quite interesting anyway, because Prime Video started to really be bullish in the streaming space. Now, this was before sort of COVID lockdowns and things like that. Prime Video announced that they were doing a Event Horizon series at one point. That went by the wayside as well. But then this was announced. This was sort of continuing, which is good. This is the one which we did get. There's been a whole host of things that Amazon Prime have been pretty bullish on, and I'm glad that this one's come to fruition. I'm pretty keen on this. And as it says here, so the update was provided by Laura Lancaster, head of US SVOD TV development and series co-productions at Amazon MGM Studios, which is an internal memo announcing promotions for two executives, Kara Smith and Tom Lieber. So green-lighted September 2022. So this was kind of around that. Was it around the strike period? It wasn't really, was it? Anyway. Really matter. Yeah, no, this was pre-strike, wasn't it? Yeah, pre-strike. Starring Michelle Yeoh was delayed by almost a year because of those strikes. So it wasn't pre-COVID. The Event Horizon was announced pre-COVID, and that seems to have fallen by the wayside. I'm thinking of Hellraiser on HBO Max. My bad. If you didn't know, this is just a side note tangent, but well worth mentioning. Again, pre-COVID, HBO or Max, it was HBO Max at the time, they sort of announced between one of the two of them that they were going to be doing a Hellraiser TV show. Amazing, great. And then it just nothing happened. Just didn't even materialize. Brilliant, love it. But this one was announced pre-strike, so confused with that. Sorry, guys, but corrected now. So anyway, currently in post-production, Blade Runner 2099 had previously been targeting a debut in late 2025 or early 2026. But I think Michelle Yeoh is such a great actor for this. I think she'll be really, really good. So it's going to have Hunter Schafer, Dimitri Ebold, Lewis Gribben, Caitlin Rose Downey, and Daniel Rigby will also be starring, with Johnny Harris, Annie Lennox, Sheila Atim, Matthew Needham, Burke, and Lombardi among the recurring cast. So, I don't know, I think this is interesting. And Ridley Scott was involved in this, which I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that realistically is where you sit on Ridley Scott with whether you think that's going to be good or bad, quite frankly. Some people think he's good, some people think he's bad. So, let's just leave that as it is. And you can let me know down below. How about that? So Silke Luisa serves as showrunner and executive producers alongside Alcon Entertainment co-founders Andrew Kosovi, butchering that, and Broderick Johnson, Alcon's president of television, Ben Roberts, Ridley Scott, of course, David W. Zucker, and Clayton Kruger from Scott Free Productions will also be involved as well. Jonathan Van Tulleken directed the first two episodes and also serves as EP with Stephen Johnson as co-executive producer. Not much is actually known about this. Barely anything, in fact, is known about this. It was said to be a sequel to Blade Runner 2049, but we really have no idea about this. And I do wonder, You know, whether this is a sign, well, not whether this specifically, but Alien Earth and this is a sign of what's to come with respect to IPs now. So you and I both know, you watching this, you and I both know this, that the reboot and remake fatigue is real, right? Like a lot of people are sick of reboots, remakes, sequels, cycles, kind of sick of it. But a lot of movies have been getting streaming rights lately. Again, the few I mentioned for stars like Event Horizon, Hellraiser, etc., etc. This, Alien, etc. There's been a lot. And Alien Earth, for starters, the showrunner, Noah Hawley, had come out and explained, no, we're not going to be, you know, strictly speaking, connected to the law. That's basically paraphrasing. And I do wonder whether this will serve as a very similar thing, you know, like a small screen adaptation that is tangentially connected, but not connected. And whether this will be what we see moving forwards from a lot of these big IPs. This is the movie studios' next, I don't know, their next sort of foray. We can't quite do remakes, we can't quite do reboots, but what we'll do is we'll do this small screen adaptation instead. Because a lot of these production companies, these movie studios, remember, is that they have streaming services. So they can put them on there instead and use that as a way to generate revenue, I'm guessing. It's an interesting thing to at least posit as a potential. But this, I mean, you know, all sort of jokes to one side. I am looking forward to this. I think this will be pretty decent. Hopefully. And people are quite keen on this as well. You know, Tron Legacy was an amazing movie too. Daft Punk score, both Blade Runner 2049 and Tron Legacy were amazing sequels. I'm glad we're getting more. I would have liked a direct sequel to Blade Runner 2049. Yes. Blade Runner 2049 is superior to Blade Runner, if that's possible. I think they're both about. I'd say they're on par. I really like Blade Runner 2049. I think it's a superb film. Like, genuinely superb. Genuinely fantastic. Genuinely. But the feedback's good. People are quite keen on it. This is quite funny. Amazon, please, for the love of all things, don't botch this like you did for Tolkien fans with the abomination that was Rings of Power. Yeah, Jesus Christ. So there you go. We're finally getting a release date next year. Don't know when next year, though. And they don't really say. It just says next year it's going to premiere. But I'm excited for this. When we learn a little bit more, I'll do some breakdowns and videos and things like that. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So anyway, let me know what you think down below. Are you looking forward to this or not? What do you think? Where do you think the story is going to go? Because obviously Blade Runner 2049 and then 2099. So we're 50 years in the future. What could happen 50 years in the future? We've had like rough snippets of the plot, but barely anything really. So leave your thoughts down below. I'd be keen to hear. Take care. Bye-bye now.